It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Online, FMMoneyTalkRadio.com. On air, 95.3, 96.9, AM 1470. Business and more. WWNN.
This program is furnished by Amp2TV.Square.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Amp2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on amp2.tv. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
Hey there, it's Eileen Lemelman from It All Starts With You. Do you remember me from Friday? Well, here I am on, Monday. And I am so excited to be here. You know, my life has certainly changed. It's changed during these times.
There's a child in Kenya, or Sierra Leone, or India, or Bolivia, who you could connect with. And through Child Fund, it's possible.
Okay,
we may be thousands of miles apart, but we can still connect with each other. And when we do,
I'm getting so used to that.
We make things better.
So it's no problem.
We connect children all around the world with what they need to grow up healthy, educated, and safe.
All right.
That's what Child Fund is about. Together, we co-create, support, and sustain connections that lead to greater well-being for millions of children who live in poverty worldwide.
With you.
And their families, and their communities, and their countries.
2.5 years ago, we were all locked down. We were all isolated. We were all relegated to being alone in our home. I was one of the lucky ones because I was able to work. I'm a psychotherapist, and I was able to work and help people and hold people's hands and get through this tough time. But it was tough, and it changed a lot of lives. It changed all of our lives, right? So during that time, I was helping people talk, cry. I was helping people tap and meditate, journal, and doing all the things that they needed to do during this really, really difficult time. This time of anxiety, this time of fear, this time of isolation when we were all separated and disconnected from our families and from our friends and from our loved ones and from all the work that we were doing. So I never worked as hard as I did during that lockdown. I worked day and night seeing patient after patient after patient. Everyone was scared. Everyone was frightened about really one thing. Death. That's what they were frightened of. They were frightened to die. And so I was helping people, but I was also in the midst of trying to figure out how to take care of myself as well. At the end of the day, at the end of 8, 9, 10 Zoom sessions with patients, because let me tell you, people were reaching out to me like crazy. I was depleted. I was exhausted. And I'd shut down my computer and I'd just fall asleep. I would literally just fall apart. Well, I decided one day I needed to find some happiness. I needed to find some joy. I needed to find something different. And so I decided I'm going to start selling makeup. Yeah, you heard me right. A therapist selling makeup. I thought, you know what? That's fun. I love makeup. I'm the girliest girl. I love makeup. And why not do it? Well, let me tell you, it was not easy. I got out there. I started exposing myself and being so vulnerable. And I was doing these live tutorials. And I would go on Facebook Live with a bare face and start putting on makeup and talking to people and talking to women and saying, this is the way you're going to feel good. This is the way, you're going to get through this. Don't stop taking care of yourself. Let's have fun. Let's start, putting, just getting fun with makeup. Well, what I discovered was, first of all, it was fun, but it really wasn't hitting the real essence of what I wanted to do. It wasn't really my gig. But what I was learning was that women were watching. Women were hungering for a community, a place to come, a place to view positivity, a safe place where they could, hear about my stories and see that I was out there just being me. And I realized this is what I really needed to do. I had a calling. It called to me to say I needed to create a platform and a community and a place for women to come and share their stories, their struggles, their adversities, and also to get the message out that it's never too late and you're never too old to start over. Here I was at that time, 62 years old. I was a clinician. I was a therapist. What did I know about being an entrepreneur? What did I know about getting out there in the public and creating something really great for people? So while the makeup wasn't exactly my gig, what it did for me was it helped me to step out of my comfort zone. And what it did for me was help me to realize that I have some gifts to really give. This is what I was born to do. This was what I was passionate about. I not only wanted to share what I was going through, but I wanted to create an opportunity for you to share what you are good at. And so it all starts with You Was Born. Oh my goodness. It was such an exciting opportunity to have women come on, tell their stories, and highlight their businesses. And so, I'm encouraging women, especially midlife women who think it's the end, women who think it's over, women who think that they really don't have any kind of hope, any kind of possibility of creating something new for themselves. I want you to dream. I want you to go back to dreaming like you were a kid. What did you want to do? What did you want to create? What stood in the way? What is standing in the way now of creating the life of your dreams? You know, I talked earlier about the fact that the pandemic really triggered fear. And really what it was fear of dying. And I related to that so much because when I was a kid, my mother would give me the message that life does not exist after age 60. My grandmother died. She died suddenly. She dropped dead, really, of a coronary embolism at age 58. And my mother was totally convinced she wasn't going to live past 60. So she really was preparing her whole life to die. She wasn't preparing her whole life to live. That was the message that was given to me. So at age 62, when I decided to change course, when I decided to change the way I was looking at my life, I realized, you know what? I can do this even at age 60, and so can you. So can you. I'm creating a platform for you to come and start a new life, a new career, a new way of thinking. You know, at age 60, you know, it's really your time. It's your time to shine. You no longer have to raise children. You don't have to worry about family. Some of you have semi-retired. Some of you have, you know, really stepped into, what am I going to do? What am I now going to do with my life? I mean, I never, ever thought I was going to be, you know, one of those lunching ladies or those mahjong ladies. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that wasn't my thing. And maybe it's not yours. But even if it is partially yours, you can still create new things and fun things in your life to give your life meaning. You know, there are 4 elements that you need, that we all need to create happiness in our life. Faith, family, friendship, and creating meaning, having meaning or purpose in your life. You know, I had another grandma, and she was a product of the Depression. She didn't finish school. I think she had to leave school at like 8th grade. And she started a beauty salon in her own home. She was giving perms to women during the Depression out of her kitchen. And then she opened a beauty shop. She was this 4'10" little, bit of a thing, but oh my goodness, she supported her family and she had this beauty shop. She had purpose. She served people. She gave women, a bit of time to feel good and look good. Well, at age 82, she had this beauty shop until she was age 82. And at 82 years old, she closed down her shop. And you know what happened to her? She started deteriorating because she lost her purpose. She lost her purpose in life. If you have purpose, you wake up every day with zest, with vibrancy, with vitality, with creativity. And that keeps you young. That keeps you motivated to live a full life. So, that is my passion to help you discover what it is that's going to give you meaning, what it is that's going to keep you going, what it is that you need to live a full life. Oh, I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about it. And you know what? It's starting to resonate with others. I started out with just me and my little show, my little It All Starts With You show. And I was wondering, how am I going to get my message out? How am I going to get people to start noticing? How am I going to get people to start listening? Well, guess what? I believed in myself. I believed in my message. I believed in what I was doing. I'm so passionate about it, and it is growing. It is growing. And now I have 7 sponsors for my show. Can you believe it? Me, Eileen Lemelman, therapist, psychotherapist, is now Eileen Lemelman, entrepreneur and speaker and motivational speaker and inspirational speaker. And I want to encourage you to have a voice. I want to encourage you to come out, get your message out, let people know what you're doing, and join me. I want you to come on the show and really let us know what you're doing. So, my message is it's never too late and you're never too old. It reminds me of this show. I don't know if you remember the 1976 movie called Network. There was, a character on there, Peter Finch. He played this character, and he was an anchor man on the movie. And he was so upset with what was going on with news, with media, with what was going on in the world. And he started yelling at the top of his voice, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore." Do you remember that movie? And do you remember how that resonated? I know I felt it. I was mad as hell and I was not going to take it anymore. It was 1976. So there was the gas shortage. There was, the interest rates were high. The housing market was crazy. Sound familiar? Does it sound familiar to you? Nothing is new. Nothing is new. So, my message is let's take Peter Finch's character and let's make it our own. Let's yell from the rooftops. I have something to say. I have a voice, and you are going to hear it. Let's do that together. Come on down to the studio. Come on down and connect with me. Let me know what your message is, what your business is, what your story is, because everyone has a story. Everyone has a story, and your story is meaningful and will resonate with people and will touch people's hearts and souls, because when we have a voice, people will be touched by it. Has growth changed you as a person? How has growth changed you as a person? I know my growth has changed me as a person. Come on, call in, come in, connect with me. Let me know, how has growth changed you as a person? And more specifically, how has your life changed over the past 2 years? How has your life changed since you've been, everything has changed, right? Everything has changed in this world. The way we view things, the way we connect with each other. Whoever thought that I would be seeing patients on Zoom? I had an office. That was part of my, really passion, was to bring people into the office and see them in person. Whoever thought that I would be seeing all my patients on Zoom, and we would be connecting. We would be having holidays on Zoom. Whoever thought that that would be the way of the world? So, how has creating a community changed me? Good question. Well, first of all, when you have a community, you never feel alone. You always have support. You always have inspiration. You have encouragement. Hey, listen, even at my age, I need mentoring. I need teaching. I need inspiration. And so do you. We need to do this together. We need to have a place where we can feel safe. You know, one thing I say is that I am a container for holding safe space for you. People come on my show and they tell me that they were so scared to come on the show. They were so scared to be interviewed. But what I do is I create a safe environment, and people feel so comfortable, and people feel so inviting to be able to share their story. And you know, last week, my show was about mental health awareness, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I had on Dr. Holly Katz, who was from the Falk Center for Counseling, and we talked about mental health, mental illness, and how it is so important to get the help that you need. Because if you don't get the help you need, it's going to spiral out of control, and you don't have to deal with your mental health issues by yourself. You don't have to deal with it all alone. You don't have to listen to the old saying that you should just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you can get through this. This is just a phase. No, depression is not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Depression needs to be treated. Well, anyway, I got so much reaction from that show. It touched so many people. It resonated with so many people. And I was so happy that I could bring education, information, and the notion that we don't have to be ashamed of our mental illness. We don't have to be ashamed to ask for help. We don't have to do it alone. And just like that message, that's the message of my show. We don't have to do it alone. We can do it together. I can bring you on. We can have a community together, and we can create some really, really great synergy. I love that word, synergy. Let's be synergistic, and let's get in alignment with who we are and the message that we want to bring. So, you know, whoever thought that I was going to be thinking not only about my show, but thinking about show number 2? Whoever thought that I'd be really in the position where I'd be creating a second show? You know, because right now, people are looking for a place where they can share. They're looking for a place where they can be heard. That's one of my, believe it or not, that's one of my superpowers, is I see you, I hear you, and I am creating an environment to come on, because what do people want most of all? They want to be seen. They want to know that they matter. They want to know that their voice is valuable. You know, how about believing that you deserve? You deserve to share. You deserve to have your message be heard, and you deserve to have joy in your life. You deserve to create a life of your dreams. I always find that being in community really does help. It just helps us all feel like we're not alone in this world. Because, believe it or not, the odd thing was that here we were during COVID, hiding, isolating, all alone. And I went out and said, I'm creating a community so we don't have to hide. So we don't have to really be afraid, because that's really what it's all about. It's about being afraid to be seen. It's about afraid of being vulnerable. It's about afraid of really, being rejected or being judged or being criticized. But when you come on my show, I hold you. I hold space for you. And I want you to have a voice. I want you to be able to share your story. Community is the way. Community is the way to feel like we're not alone in this world. We're running out of time here, and we're coming to the end. So I want to ask you, what's holding you back? What are you telling yourself are your limitations? Because I know what my limitations were. My limitations were, can I do this? Can I come out of being a clinician and being an entrepreneur? And you know what my number one limitation was? My number one limiting thought was technology. I was so afraid I was not going to be able to use that stupid computer and do all that social media stuff and all that, posting. But when we allow limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs to stop us, then we'll never find happiness. When we decide that limitations are not going to stop us, we're going to find a way to learn. We're going to find a way to make it happen. Then we are ignited and nothing can stop us. That's what keeps us young. That's what keeps us young. Learning new things, really challenging those limitations, and really believing in yourself. So, don't let anything stop you. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't be exactly what you want to be and that you can't connect to dreams and creating the life that you want. Call me, connect with me, watch me on Fridays at 11 a.m. on It All Starts With You, Eileen Lemelman. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon and airing your story, because it's important.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.